It was a beautiful day in Oklahoma City. At least it started out as a beautiful day. The sun was shining, flowers were blooming. It was springtime in Oklahoma City. So began the opening speech at the trial of Timothy McVeigh for the horrific Oklahoma City bombing. On April 19, 1995, Timothy McVeigh, a 27-year-old ex-soldier, had parked a rented truck in front of Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City. He got out of the driver's seat, closed the door behind him, and casually headed towards the getaway vehicle, driven by his friend and co-conspirator Terry Nichols. He placed tiny protective plugs into his ears and ignited 2 timing devices as he drove away. Just above the explosive-packed rental truck was a childcare centre where children of employees in the building spent their days playing. Moments after the explosives were detonated, 168 people, including 19 children, were killed as upper floors concertinaed down onto the floors below. Hundreds more were injured and 300 surrounding buildings were damaged in the blast. Until September 11, 2001, it was the worst terrorist attack ever carried out on US soil. The perpetrators of the horrific attack were Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols. In 1994, they had begun working on a plan to destroy the building. The building was chosen for the government agencies it housed, including the DEA, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, and other military recruitment agencies. Agencies that the men had a huge distrust of, particularly after the Waco Branch Davidian siege. Both men were arrested just over an hour after the horrific terrorist attack and sent to trial, where the motive of senseless tragedy was described by the prosecution as the only reason that the victims are no longer with us, no longer with their loved ones, is that they were in a building owned by a government that Timothy McVeigh so hated that with premeditated intent and a well-designed plan that he'd developed over months and months before the bombing, he chose to take their innocent lives to serve his twisted purpose. In plain, simple language, it was an act of terror, violence, intended to serve selfish political purpose. McVeigh was sentenced to death and was executed on June 11, 2001. Nichols was sentenced to life in prison. May we remember all those victims who lost their lives due to the hatred of just 2 men.